A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a lively and fast-paced debate, Australian political leaders Anthony Albanese and Peter Dutton faced off in a fiery exchange that touched on critical issues affecting everyday Australians, including housing affordability, energy prices, and the rising cost of living. The debate, which aired live, was marked by sharp personal attacks and a dynamic back and forth, making it a notable departure from previous, more subdued discussions. As the debate commenced, Albanese was questioned about the impact of Airbnb on housing rents, particularly in regional areas. He acknowledged the concern, attributing the responsibility for policy decisions to state governments, particularly highlighting efforts made in Victoria. Dutton, on the other hand, firmly stated his position against reforming capital gains tax discounts on housing, emphasizing that such changes would negatively impact supply and ultimately lead to higher rents. The leaders were urged to keep their responses brief, with an emphasis on direct answers rather than scripted talking points. This led to a more engaging debate atmosphere, with both candidates exchanging barbs. Dutton accused Albanese of dishonesty, claiming he couldn't lie straight in bed, to which Albanese retorted, suggesting Dutton's personal attacks were a sign of desperation. Albanese also defended his government's actions regarding gas prices, claiming credit for reducing them from $34 to $13 per unit due to policy interventions. However, he faced scrutiny over the broader context of global market forces that influence these changes, particularly following the geopolitical tensions stemming from Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Dutton was pressed on his policies regarding single mothers struggling to make ends meet, particularly in light of rising insurance costs under the current government. He pointed to a proposed $1,200 tax rebate for average income families, arguing that it would provide necessary relief amidst escalating household expenses. The debate took an intriguing turn as both leaders found themselves revisiting decisions from the 2014 budget, with Dutton challenging Albanese's claims about funding cuts to health and education. The exchange highlighted how past financial decisions continue to resonate in current political dialogues, with both candidates attempting to draw contrasts between their economic management records. Amidst discussions of household budgets and cost of living pressures, the candidates also tackled energy policies. Dutton reiterated his commitment to cutting fuel excise taxes, framing it as a necessary measure to alleviate financial burdens on families and pensioners. In contrast, Albanese was questioned about his previous promise to lower power bills by $275 by 2025, with calls for means testing any rebates to prevent wealthier Australians from benefiting. As the debate unfolded, the tension and personal nature of the exchanges became increasingly apparent. Albanese's assertion that bulk billing rates would rise under his leadership elicited skepticism, as both leaders grappled with the implications of their promises. The debate not only highlighted the immediate concerns of voters, but also underscored the political strategies at play as both parties prepare for the upcoming elections. With rising costs affecting so many Australians, the focus on economic policies, housing affordability, and energy prices is likely to remain at the forefront of public discourse in the lead-up to the polls. In summary, the debate served as a platform for both leaders to articulate their visions for the country while also engaging in a spirited exchange that revealed the stark contrasts in their approaches to governance. As the election approaches, voters will be keenly watching how these discussions translate into actionable policies and real-world impacts on their lives. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.